Alright everyone, it's time for the RCIR Part 2, Meal 2 of course. This is Salade de thon, gingembre, sesame. I'm going to show it to you again, if I can find my zoom button. Sorry, I'm still a little bit of a newbie at that. It is probably good. I've chosen not to heat this up because tuna with like a ginger sesame thing, it sounds more like the kind of thing you would eat cold. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you're meant to warm it up, but these can be eaten cold. You don't have to warm them up. I'm going to eat the Combat Fuel bar. It's got, basically it's a cereal bar, but this one's got banana flavor. Finish off the rest of this, and then we're going to try some French coffee, actually. Instant cafe. Premium quality coffee. 100% Arabica. One thing I did notice about this MRE, they did not include any creamer. And I'm wondering if that's a French thing. Maybe some French subscribers, especially if you've been in their military, maybe you can tell me why they wouldn't have actual creamer. Plenty of sugar. No creamer at all. It wasn't there. It's sort of like the French don't use the flameless ration heaters. It's like the Danish have adopted that. I think they're in the Australian MREs. I can't remember. Looks perfectly fine. We're clanking. That smells really good. Okay, that's probably good coffee. It doesn't smell acidic at all or anything like that. Strawberry coffee. I'm going to open this right away. First, I'm going to give you my opinion of the presentation, of course, and the smell. Okay, well, that's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, alright. Doesn't matter. Let's see. I'll work this off carefully so that I don't cut myself. I cut myself on swords and branches and knives and all things all the time. Let's see. The smell is much better than the way that it looks. I'm gonna give you an up-close look. Smell-wise, 10 out of 10. Hee hee. I think my daughter is currently saying daddy. Or it could just be babbling. Let's see. Slightly gelatinous look. It doesn't look bad or anything like that. It's just like, it looks more like a giant chunk of pate or something. The smell, though, is really, really good. I wish you could smell this. I wish we had smell-o-vision on the internet. Yeah, it's just a tuna salad. It's got some pasta in it, tomato, and supposedly very gingery. And so, well, I should probably, I'll be French and I'll start off with the dessert first. The sweet crackers with extra shortening. I tried one bite of the chocolate cracker, actually, only a few minutes ago. Like the artificial chocolate flavor never has tripped my trigger. Even when I was a kid, like back when I ate sweets, I never really liked that. Like those shitty chocolate donuts that you get like at the gas station or something like that. Just not exactly the sort of thing that I want. Andros. Sometimes I look at the brands that they include in these MREs, like that Puro coffee that they had from the, what was it, the Swedish military ration, and then I get some on my own, because sometimes it's actually really high quality. Like it's you know, it's not exactly the taster's choice thing. Of course, some jam before the meal. Yum. White supremacy similar. Yeah, these biscuits are really good. Definitely the sort of thing you buy in a store. In fact, probably you can. The cereal ones, I'm going to save that slip for the pate, along with the last one of these ones that are shortened. Chocolate ones, I'm not going to eat those because I just don't like sweets much. I'm not for food. What's this? But it's very odd that they don't include any sort of powder like the dairy stuff for the coffee and tea. Yeah, maybe that's more of a British and American, like an Anglosphere thing or something. Okay, we got a banana. That smells powerfully banana. But an artificial banana scent. It smells sort of like, you know those fishing lures that you could get back in the day? I don't know if they still have them, and they were scented. And some of them smelled weirdly of banana. Mmm. That's good. Imagine you mush a banana into a bowl of muesli. That's basically what you're getting. Oh, that's good. Now, we must try this supposedly sesame tuna. Yeah, it's good. Very high amount of ginger in that. I didn't read exactly how much ginger's been put in this. Very gingery. Quite dense. Now some of this is like noodles. Oh, I see it. Semi-separated. So at the bottom, there's like this layer of the pasta. And then at the top, like the tuna's more on top. Well, I think that's pasta. I think that's little pasta noodles. Taste is very good. In fact, that's better than the chili con carne. But the noodle part sort of semi-separated into like a layer. You have to like excavate it. And I'm trying to mix this without spilling it everywhere. That's a slight problem with it, but the taste is very good. Taste, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 at least. I mean, if the presentation were more, you'd probably buy this in a restaurant, or at the very least at a convenience store. I've got to admit to my French friends there, your rations are top notch. It's just you gotta swap out the hexamine, and I don't understand why you don't have dairy creamer for the coffee. Good, very good coffee actually. Clank along. I normally don't put that much sugar in, but if I don't have any of the creamer with it, I'm gonna add a little bit of extra sugar. This is again very good. But that bottom layer has like solidified into almost like a pavement of pasta. You're hearing cute baby sounds in the background. It's an added bonus. Dinner and a show. Well, lunch and a show. I'm gonna try to show you one of the, no, that's how solid it is. Show you one of the solid chunks of the pasta to show you sort of what it did. I'm going to try to do that without dropping it, I suppose. I don't know if I'll accomplish it. I guess there's some peas in there too. I can't quite tell. You see, that's all been solidified. And this is a MRE that doesn't expire till 2025. So this is a new MRE. Well, RCIR. And I don't know exactly why that happened. But the pasta's all basically in a layer at the bottom, floating the tuna on top. The flavor, though, is good. One other thing. One other observation. Some people would probably find this a little bit on the dry side. I myself have no problem with this and think that's the right way to make it. Some people would probably want it to be a little bit more moist. But if you're like me, like I like my fish on the dry side, Liz by the way too, which is great. Chicken should be properly done. It should be moist, but it doesn't need to be like sopping, you know, with like chicken grease or something. Some people cook it that way. The same is true for like a pasta salad, generally. Maybe a Greek salad like full of veggies, that can be a little bit more wet, but it's like a tuna salad like this. I think this is the right way to make it. Very good. No, definitely eat all of that. It won't take me too much time. And you got your fruit. Oops. Minus one piece. I mean, it's only 2 bites, but definitely yummy. I can't tell though if it's artificial or natural banana. I like the flavoring in it. I read some French. I took a couple years in high school. I don't read quite enough to understand. I think that's an artificial flavor, but it's still good. I guess I can sort of understand if the coffee is clearly, it has no acidity to it, then maybe fewer people are going to use the beverage like the dairy powder. I'm just thinking, if you save space by removing the hexamine from the ration and put a flameless ration heater or even two of them instead, you'd have plenty of room. You could have like a spicy sauce, which this lacks, and the creamer, which this lacks, and probably even put in a couple other components. A little slip explaining why it's so tasty. More of a dense meal too than the chili con carne. Somehow this is filling me up faster. I think it was a good idea not to heat it though. I don't know if it would be so good hot. Maybe that would have helped to make it less dense actually though. Like at least on that token, maybe that would have been a better idea. It's the sort of thing though that I just thought of, like a tuna salad. Okay, I don't really want it piping hot or something like that. A huge amount of tuna in that. There's gonna be a whole can's worth of tuna in this in this entree. Let's see. Yeah, it's 30% basically pure tuna. It's very good. Again, as before, no major complaints. It's for a military ration, it's definitely very good. People weren't underestimating the French rations. Now I gotta get an Italian one because those are supposedly the best of all. So I'm just thinking about how decadent those must be. It basically goes Italian, French, and then I think Swedish is usually reckoned as, or like the third best or close to it. US, UK, Australia are sort of on a second tier. It's good, you know, for what it is, but not as good. And then you go down the list. Russian rations, by the way, sometimes get a bad reputation. I found the Russian ration that I had to be pretty good. It was better than the one from Spain. It was better than the one from the Czech Republic. You know, you'd think Spain would have better rations on par with, like, Italy. You know, Spain is a big food culture nation. Currently not. Not as far as the soldiers are concerned. They defect and join the Foreign Legion in France or something. Overall, very good. When I effectively get paid for eating, I'm like, hey, feeder OnlyFans, you know? Clank, clank. Yeah. Coffee's good. I will eat the rest of this, but you've already seen that, so I'll give that a 9 out of 10. That's really, really tasty. I have a feeling if you put it in the hot water, if you do cook it, then it loosens up a little bit more. I think that's the point. Taste-wise, though, this really is more of the food that you would eat cold or at room temperature. The coffee's great, it's just I wish I had creamer. The biscuits I already tried before. And this little banana energy bar is yummy. I just, I'm not sure exactly what it really adds to the meal, but it's tasty anyway. I still can't figure out whether I think that that's artificial or natural banana flavor. And I'll have to look that up later. Overall, though, very good again. And then, of course, we've got the third meal tomorrow, potentially. And that's got the soup mix. I'm very interested in that because it appears to be a Thai soup. I'm interested in what the French take on Thai soup is. And then, of course, the pâté. I'll be eating that. I will probably skip the pudding. I'm not much into sweets. I'm much more into stuff like this. And, again, smell is a 10 out of 10. The flavor is a 9. The presentation is a little bit off, but I think, again, that's because it didn't actually get heated. And so it sort of separates into the dense pasta layer, the less dense tuna layer somehow. That's about all. Peace out.